Hello, Ruthless Nation. You are here for a new series on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. It is the Ruthless Racing GT3 series over on GT7. We're about to present you the Clash from Daytona. It'll be Benu Stu and Monkey in the booth. And to my understanding, it's Monkey's booth debut. So, good to go. But we'll get this race rolling and try to get race info up there. But welcome in, everybody. This is the Clash from Daytona in the GT3 series. Like I said, we got Monkey in here. How you doing tonight, sir?
Good, Stu. Thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
All right, awesome. So everybody's getting going here on the Daytona circuit as we're going to flip through the field a little bit. Got Gapamusa started first, followed by T-Dubs and Stu. We got Outlaws there in fourth, followed by Cork, then Monkey in the Porsche, and Snowman hanging out back there in his McLaren, although he does have a Chevy paint scheme on it. But we're going to see one stop here in this Clash event, which will set the field for the Daytona Road Course next Monday. And we will have these races shown to you every Wednesday around 7:30. We'll get that figured out as we go. I think 7:30 might be our real look, though. But all right, Monkey, what are you seeing out there? We're on board with Stu, and he's in the middle of this pack right now.
Looks like everybody's just getting comfortable in their positions. It's going to be interesting to see how all this plays out with so many different makes and models of cars out here with fuel strategy and maybe tire strategy.
Yeah, certainly. So I'm on board with the Monkey here in his Porsche as he tries to pull up to the front group. Everybody just starting to get in line here. Big shout out to GT7, my first broadcast here on it, and I'm really locking all the things I have to my access, and I can watch people's current lap times and everything like that, so that's really awesome. So we look up to the front, Outlaws, Gapamusa starting to make a move. As we got Cork out here on the outside with him. And as this progresses, we'll start seeing more and more guys really back it down.
Looks like Snowman was in danger of losing the draft for a bit there, but he finally caught back up to the field.
Yeah, so now you got a good group of four working in the back. This group could easily get up to the front. Got T-Dub, Stu, Monkey, Snowman. Really good, some really good schemes out here, I think so tonight. As we get inside the car with T-Dub right now, we're going to look at what he looks like inside of his Toyota Supra.
That's really cool.
Got some mirror action going on. And all the sparks coming off of the third place car ahead of Cork as they try to figure out their fuel situation. But you can start to see the rest of the pack starting to catch back up to the field now.
Yeah, drafting is going to be a huge part of this race, just like in NASCAR. Definitely don't want to fall out of the draft or lose the lead pack. Looks like we have two Corvettes leading the field right now.
That's right, two Corvettes indeed. Gapamusa is following Outlaws right now. As we will take this moment and start looking at some schemes as we're 5 laps in here at Daytona, and the field's going to start to kind of stretch out. But here's Outlaw's scheme, kind of running an Odell Jr. Inspired scheme here on the Corvette. Really dig it.
Yeah, that's sharp.
Yeah, and Outlaw's kind of got a good gap working there, so really backed it down, and now the group is going to start to get ahead as we'll go on board with Gapamusa in the 44 Yaley scheme on the Corvette. We start hearing some of these tires really starting to screech coming out of turn number 4 there. The pure coconut water scheme here for the 44 in the Corvette. They just ran that at Daytona this year. So
I didn't know that. That's cool.
They sure did. So we'll move on back. We got T-Dubs on here. TWC running the Kurt Busch Jordan scheme. I do believe this is the one that won at Kansas. And one of my favorite NASCAR schemes of all time, really.
That's a lot of knowledge you have that I don't have, Stu.
Well, when you're friends with someone like Hollywood, diecast guru he is, you know.
Yeah, true.
Kind of just get this stuff through passing.
He's also driving a Toyota, too.
That's right, he is in the Supra. Oh, we're going to go on board with Stu now as he made a move there to get to the front in the Dodge Viper Valvoline with the Ruthless Racing emblems here and there.
That is a nice looking car.
I did like this. I really like
Power
this
that
Valvoline
Viper is really something.
So the Viper, I'm hoping, will do well on more of the road courses with the sweeping turns and the straight stretches. As you can still see some good racing happening with the bump drafting as get the last look at the the Viper here. Now we're on with 3Chi, Kyle Busch inspired McLaren of Cork with his Ruthless Racing tags on there. We kind of gave Cork some, some slack for being so plain. So I think he went back and added a few things.
Cork is really something. You know, he's a sleeper in this league, like he is in NASCAR. He's really fast. Just whether or not he can hold on to it for the entire race. It'll be interesting to see how he handles here today.
Yeah, and one of the two McLarens, along with one of two Corvettes here in the field, Snowman being the other McLaren. So McLarens, you know, they say on the game they're a little OP, if you will. So we'll see how that works out for us. But we get back to the Porsche 911, or how do you pronounce it?
It's a Porsche 911.
There you go. But of Monkey here, as you can see, he's got it decked out with the Yamaha and the Ruthless Racing right there on the skirt.
That is a tribute to Kenny Roberts of the 70s and 80s, was a Yamaha motorcycle road racer, a legend in his day.
And here's Monkey with some stuff I wouldn't know.
Yeah, he raced the yellow and black Yamahas forever. Very impressionable at that age. A hero of mine.
Yeah. Monkey's hero.
Yes.
Being honored on the 911. And back to Snowman, our other McLaren. As we had mentioned earlier, he has that Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Larson scheme going on here, I'm guessing. As you can see, he, at this moment, is tired of the fuel saving, and he's going to kick it out to the outside. Stu to follow on the outside.
Wow, what a move. It's 10 laps into this race, and he's tired of waiting.
Yeah, so he sees that he has some of that extra fuel build up from just being back there the last, 10 laps. Court now stepping out to get ahead of the field now. Gapamusa trying to get in the slipstream here from third as the rest of the field starts to bunch back up. We'll get back here with T-Dubs. He makes a move to the outside now as more people want to get ahead of the game here on the fuel strategy, trying to get to the pit lane.
So you think this will be a one-stop race, too?
I think we will get one stop out of these guys, already 10 in. And it's been pretty slow pace. You can see the Viper of Stu goes around Gapamusa, making a charge to the front. We'll get on board here with the Viper and in-car look at what that Dodge has to offer in the cockpit. try to go back through a little later and see what kind of racing suits people are wearing. I've got the Valvoline here on the 24.
Nice matches.
So you see we are on board with Stu here as he tries to charge it back up to these guys. Some of the guys still in the back of the field.
Yeah, I think a few of them are sleeping back there, not realizing everybody else is taking off.
Mason B, who was it? It was somebody's scheme I didn't get to, I thought.
Yeah, I think it was Mason B or Outlaw. He looked like he dropped to the back. Might have used up too much fuel leading the pack for all those laps.
I definitely went through this one. It was the Dale Jr. S scheme I was referring to, so I think I did go through.
Oh yeah, he was in the lead.
I think he just dropped back during all that. But nonetheless, Snowman now to the point, and this has our two McLarens up front now working with one another as the 45 and the 24 work together in third and fourth. Good moment, though, to get inside the car here, see what kind of racing suits we're dealing with. I'm not sure what our man Snowman here is really wearing. It's kind of a good mix of Hendrick and NASCAR-esque racing suits.
Yeah.
Cork is in some kind of, I don't know, very abstract looking racing suit. Everybody going with the Alpine Stars. Oh, look, here we go. We got T-Dubs in the Puma suit. Solid red, it looks like to be. Monkey also in the Puma suit.
Yeah, Monkey's wearing a Ruthless racing suit. Mismatched colors, though.
Also a good look here on the inside of all the rides of how different everybody's is. But I think everybody has that camera rear view mirror. As we have our first pit stop, Mason B on to the pits. We'll see if this will be a fuel only or if it will be a tire stop. No tires. Nope, we'll get tires, 4 to be exact. And fuel.
Mason pitting on 40, he's going to have a hard time.
Yeah, it's going to be a long stretch there for Mason to the end. Cork is now your leader. He has the other McLaren of Snowman behind him as we're getting up to halfway in this race. Let's see how long the leaders choose to push it.
And those McLarens are checking out.
So Cork is leading now. See if he can make up on the pit stop and retain the lead. It's going to be about stretching the fuel here in the second half, especially if you have nobody around you. Lead changes once again down the backstretch. You see the pond here at Daytona. And the nice evening sun. This race will transition from evening to dusk. So we will get cooler track conditions as the race goes on. I would imagine that most guys wouldn't have to take tires to finish this race, though.
I'm not sure. We got a mix of people running soft and hards. See if we have anybody running mediums. Nope, either on softs or hard tires. Ah, the front group got together again. It's not looking good for Monkey riding all by himself, and Gapo a little bit behind Monkey, and Mason all by himself.
But Mason has made the pit stop, but I believe he made it too early compared to the strategy everyone else is kind of working with here. See Stu now having trouble getting back to the pits, out of fuel on the backstretch here.
Oh no.
Unfortunate event. That will nearly kill the race. See if we can get the battle back to get on the lead lap later, though. Looks like some pitting here. Softs for T-Dubs on his run, out of fuel completely. but does make it back to the pits. Monkey now in on hard tires, out of fuel as well. Gapamoose on softs, somehow with fuel remaining in the tank. The 45 now getting his fuel. No tires for the 6 of Monkey, and it will be fuel only for him as well. Gapamusa will take on tires as well as fuel.
That's about a 5 or 6 second advantage to not have to take tires when you're in the pits.
Really is. And the 24 Stu finally makes it to pit road. Snowman and Cork still out front, still have not pit. So only 2 cars that are still out here on the track right now. And looks like they're going to keep it out there. They will have completed 17 laps starting 18. And those McLarens showing that fuel strategy that they possess.
Fuel strategy and power. They seem to have both.
See Stu finally getting his service. No tires, fuel only. Get back out there on the track. Still on board with our leaders, though.
It's interesting to see the difference in the 2 Corvettes, how Outlaw or Mason pitted, I think, 2 laps before Gapo pitted in the same car. That's the difference between leading the pack for so many laps.
I was actually surprised that Gapo still had fuel left.
Yeah,
I know he dropped back quite a bit, but you see the McLaren's going on pit road now, and no pit road speed limit. So let's get all you can get.
GT7 pit crew is fearless. You can come in at whatever speed you want.
So soft tires for Snowman, no tires on this stop. Cork with the hards, also no tires. And I believe the second run on soft tires would be just terrible for the fuel. And you can see not taking full fuel here, as they know they only have 11 laps to make, really 10.5 out of the pits here. I believe that Snowman, he's on soft tire, did not take as much fuel as Cork. So we'll see what that spells for him as this fight continues. Lap down here for the 7th place.
Did you say no tires for Snowman too?
That's right.
Wow.
And both those McLarens are still out front. Next would be the 88 of Outlaw, who is in 3rd. So we don't have an interval on here for some reason.
Nope, I don't have one either. Just track position.
Let me display all the info that we have available here. So you can see what the car's tire wear are, their fuel remaining, speed, gear, throttle, brake, all that stuff, and their course map, or whatever they're looking at on their screen in the center. Some guys will have different things on there.
Looks like Monkey's about to join Outlaw and T-Dubs. Get a pack of 3 going here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Gapamusa not far off either. He could, if he burned a little bit of extra fuel, he could possibly get back up to that group as well. But it is right, the Porsche, however you people prefer it, is getting back up here to the 4th and 3rd battle.
Yeah, you bet he's using some fuel to get up there.
For sure. And we can start to see that dusk starting to set in here at Daytona as the lights start to come on our racing machines. And our leaders are working up towards that 7th place car of Stu, who had run out of gas trying to get back to pit road.
Look at the speed of those leaders, 175. Drop back the pack of 3 or almost 4 are only going 165. They're gonna have to go a little faster than that if they want to catch up to Cork and Snowman.
Yeah, that is a nice group of 3 working there from 3rd to 5th. Now, if this becomes helpful, I'm not quite sure. This group is back nearly full turn and some more at this point.
Oh, wow.
The 2 McLarens still working strong together up front. Sparks flying through 3 and 4 as these guys work towards the off-pace car at the 24 here.
McLaren's definitely dominant out here today.
McLaren has put on the right strategy, but can Snowman hold off Cork, who took a little more fuel there on the pit stop and is on the different compound of tire?
Yeah, Snowman's tire is not looking too good. That right rear is looking a little worn.
That right rear is for sure eaten up, and I don't think it has 6.5 more laps in it.
I would be worried if I was driving the 5 car. Cork's tires on those racing hards, they look fine.
All right, our leader's still working up to that lapped car. Gapamusa burnt the fuel to get back up to the group here. So now we have a 4-car battle, or a 4-car tandem to try to get back up to these leaders who are going through 1 and 2 as the rest of our group goes through the backstretch. They get around the 24 here and they will start racing down the backstretch. Door to door. Cork's going to assume the lead from the inside. Quickly back down to the bottom in front of the lap car goes Snowman. And now Snowman possibly in conservation mode with the right rear tire, getting low. And he didn't take as much fuel in his, you got 6 laps here to get it done.
They've slowed their pace by at least 10 miles per hour, too.
Yeah, way slower than whenever they came out of the pits. See, Cork now, he is putting on a lead. Outlaw has to go back to the pits.
Oh, no.
Not able to make it. All right, so now the lap car is here with Snowman, trying to push him up the track.
I'm going to check in on Stu's fuel situation. Stu looks pretty good.
Also on the hard tire. Hard tire was a no change situation. I guess technically you didn't have to change your softs, but if you look back at T-Dub, he is on the same kind of strategy as Snowman, and his right rear as well, very worn out.
I would be nervous.
All right, see the lap car of Stu working to the outside of Snowman as Snowman's pace drops even more. You can see he's under a 1/4 tank of fuel, and the right rear has maybe a width of paper left on there.
Yeah, Cork's sitting over a 1/4 tank. T-Dubs has almost a 1/2 tank.
The lead is this close. Once again, Cork, he's dropping back as well as he is at a 1/4 tank of fuel. Hard tire. So no tire situation there for that McLaren. And the 8 of Cork. Lap car trying to get the lap back the hard way.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Stu running out of gas like that. Fast car.
Hopefully the Viper team don't let that happen anymore.
Well, maybe we'll see a late race caution too.
Never know what you got out
Never
here.
know.
Cork looking good for the finish as he'll take 3 to go whenever we hit the line. Here in your Daytona Clash, we'll set the field for Monday's race at the road course, which will be brought to you on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel on Wednesday.
Yeah, Snowman definitely in fuel save mode, maybe tire save mode, maybe both.
Yeah, he's certainly in both, I believe. The tire has hardly anything left. I think T-Dub, if we go back and look at him, his tire is about in the same situation. Monkey hard on the bumper there.
Yeah, I think Monkey would try to make a move, but that 911 just doesn't have the power to get around that Supra at high speed tracks like this. The 911 is lacking in top end, but it's good everywhere else.
Yeah, so we're starting to see some people on their best laps here late in the race. I guess as the fuel gets a little lower. But that right rear started to smoke there on T-Dub. So that means it's probably gone. Snowman's tire is for sure gone. Fuel is near the end. Cork and Stu are still up front. Stu still has not got the lap back yet, but he goes to the outside trying to do so here in the waning laps of the race. Oh, little side draft bump there from the 8 on Stu as he finally gets around the leader and down the back stretch. So
leader roughing up the lap car.
He did.
I just checked in on Snowman here. He's slowed down to 154. T-Dubs and Monkey are coming at almost 180.
So that is serious conservation mode there for the 5 in that McLaren. And that's going to be good news for the Supra and the 911 as they are still, on it. Fuel looks good for the 45 tire, not so much. Monkey good to go all the way through, I believe. 1 to go, presented by SKU Car here in your Clash from Daytona. It's the Ruthless Racing GT3 series. We brought to you every Wednesday about 7:30 right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. Cork is taking the backstretch for the final time as he is good to go, as he is right down to the last bit of his fuel. But I do believe he's going to have enough to make it and take the pole for our first points paying event at the road course here from Daytona. And there you have it. It will be Cork, the winner of the Daytona Clash here in the Ruthless Racing GT3 Series. Second is a bumper-to-bumper race between T-Dubs and Monkey, and second goes to T-Dubs. Monkey in third. Snowman ultimate conservation mode as he will be out of fuel, coasting to his 4th place finish, and that's where he'll be starting at the road course. Gapamusa full speed but not able to catch Snowman and takes home the final spot in the top 5. On the backstretch, ultimate conservation mode, Outlaw trying to hang on to 6th, and the 7th place car of Stu also in conservation mode. Everybody down to their wits end here on the fuel. The 88 maybe trying to shake some out of the tank down into the fuel pump and trying to get 6th place, and it was that close for 6th place as Outlaw is able to take 6th, Stu in 7th, and that finishes up our main event here, Clash at Daytona, with Cork taking the win. Man, what a race, there's a lot of strategy in that one.
Yeah, there was quite a bit. Dominant performance by Cork in that McLaren. He knew exactly what to do.
Yeah, so we saw a lot of strategy out there. Cork able to win it. T-Dub's coming in 2nd, Monkey in 3rd, and that's how they'll line up for the road course at Daytona whenever we bring that to you next week. Last night we had the Legacy Series kickoff for Ruthless. That's another new series for us. You can catch that every Tuesday. I'll be racing in that with Hollywood broadcasting it. So if you're interested in that, make sure you tune into that. And tomorrow, Thursday, the Pro Series starts off again with Season 4, and it will be the Clash at Bristol Dirt. So make sure you tune in there. I'll be in the booth bringing you all that action. First time in the booth for you, Monkey. What'd you think?
I had a really good time up here. It's the first time I've been in the booth not wearing a fire suit up here in street clothes. I appreciate you having me. It was fun to watch the race and comment. That's what I'd like to point out. It's kind of, I think, unique situation that we ran the Daytona Clash to pick the starting grid for the Daytona road course. You don't hear that too often.
That's true, a little bit backwards there for us, but you know, trying to stay in the GT3 of things with, I guess, the more road course tracks. But nonetheless, still a very high speed track, the Daytona road course. So I think we're going to be in for another good one. And I'm going to be curious to see how those McLarens do with some curves in it.
Yeah, I'm curious myself. With all that power, I'm hoping they just don't have the turning and acceleration of the 911, of course, since that's my car of choice. But I bet you're kind of hoping that the Viper can out corner and out accelerate those McLarens.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about the turning of the Viper, but the straight line speed is killer. So I can really
Well,
take that back stretch chicane really quick.
that's going to be a key for that race. You have all that straight line power, get through that chicane well, and you're going to have a good race.
Yeah, for sure. But without further ado, we got Cork who's going to be starting on the pole for our road course race, with followed by T Dubs and then Monkey in third in that 911. So yeah, Monkey, appreciate it, man. Hopefully, we can do this some more. I'll be bringing these races, but I'll have Monkey in here as long as he wants to be.
Yeah, this was a great time, Stu. Thanks for having me, and I'll come back every week if you'll allow it.
Yeah, sounds good to me. All right. Thanks for anybody who tunes into this and watch. Please like the stream. Once again, just want to reiterate, Tuesdays we have the Legacy Series, 9 o'clock as before. Wednesdays at 7:30 we will have the GT3 series here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. And then, just as last season, Season 4 of the Ruthless Racing Pro Series, $300 is to be split between the final 4 of the season. So, there is stuff on the line out here this season for these guys. And if you want to catch any of that action, just tune in here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. Catch me, Hollywood, Monkey, or any of the other guests that we have in the booth, bringing you some great racing action right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. But I'll let y'all get to it. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Catch that clash from Bristol in the Pro Series. And yeah, just rock on, race on, Ruthless Racing.